Before we get into the short intro, the beginning is a little muffled, so let me explain what's going on. Nene was hosting earlier today on V103. It's a radio station in Atlanta, Georgia, and so she was a guest host this morning. So during that conversation, she was on live for a long time, but we will always get to the parts that, is related to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. So someone called in summary, asking her if she still had a relationship or have a relationship with Kim Zolciak, and also asked her about other business ventures that she have going on. And then she went into answering her questions. What's up, my Vina love? This is Vina D coming to you all from Vina Team News.
Good morning.
Say something to Nene. Stop playing.
Good morning.
Good morning, Nene. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. First, I'd like to say my condolences. I know Greg's presence and just him as a person is a blessing to everyone that knew him.
Yes.
And I want to also ask you two questions, possibly. I want to know how your relationship is with Kim Zolciak Dearman now. If you guys ever hang out, chat, whatever. And what new cities do you have coming out with your fashion line?
Oh, okay.
Well, during Greg's passing, every housewife in the entire franchise, reached out to me, and that includes Andy Cohen and Bravo and everybody. And everybody said things, and Kim Zolciak definitely have texted me since Greg has passed, and she has stayed in touch since then. So I would say that we are okay. Yeah, there's no, beef or anything there.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to name drop, but I would expect her to drop, but I would expect her to.
Who?
I would expect her to.
No. A lot of people expect that. No. She didn't even come to the repass. She did come like a week later after everything was done. She came by my lounge. It's really hard to explain Housewives. It's almost like a dysfunctional family. But they all reached out. They all sent flowers or something. Actually, I was surprised because the first set of flowers I got was a bouquet from like all the housewives. Like they went in together. I'm like, why do y'all need to go in together and buy some damn flowers? Like, it's all of y'all work. You don't need to just, let's go in together and buy $200 worth of flowers. Like, you can spend your own $200. That's the way I've always.
Well, there you go. You already know social media was not here for what Nene had to say. So let me get into some of these comments. Now, Nene had a lot more to say, so I'm not going to read all of the comments. I'm going to read some of them, allow the rest of what she had to say to play, and then I will come back in the end. That woman will never change, just ungrateful. It was a thoughtful gesture. Why turn it into something negative? Praying for her healing. Okay. My favorite emojis, the heart and a praying hand. Very ungrateful. She always put her foot in her mouth. I can't. She's so shady. Okay. She's so shady. Girl. And then you said you didn't want all those flowers. Nene needs healing. It's sad when you get to a point and everything is about you. People don't have to do anything. Don't be ungrateful. Just accept the tuts, condolences, and prayers with grace. So problematic. Now see, only Nene. I was on the Nene support train, but lady, some things are better not said. I get it, assuming they each have their own money, but that sounds spoiled and entitled. At least they thought of her. I'm sure they didn't want to overload her with arrangements. That cost wasn't an issue. She gets on my last ungrateful bleep lady. Somebody please remind her that her and Cynthia are not friends like they once were, so you get what you get at this point in life. Hell, did you go to her wedding? Did you even reach out to her about her wedding? Possibly all the wives sent one bouquet collectively so that she doesn't have a flower shop in her house. Everyone sends flowers, so they possibly thought it would be too much if every individual sent one. Come on now, at least she came at all. I wonder why people feel so entitled. That's so sad. And there she goes again. You didn't go to that woman's wedding. You at that time have no friendship. She doesn't owe you to come to your husband's funeral. Thank you. When something tragic happens, it's understandable for people to have that shocking and caring and emotional and I'm here for you reaction initially. That's natural and normal. However, the people who come weeks later, the people who call you weeks later and months later to make sure you're okay when all of the hype dies down, when all of the hype goes away, those are your real friends. The people who say, you know what, I couldn't make it, when everybody was there, but I'm still going to make it regardless because this is when I have time. Those are the people who really rock with you like that. After all of the disgusting things you said about Kenya, she was there. Eva was there. All of those women put everything, all of their differences aside and came through for you. You don't see Kenya doing interviews saying, I took time out of my busy schedule to go and she didn't even come to say hi. No. Instead, in her interviews, Kenya said, you know what? Nene did reach out to me. She texted me. She apologized that she couldn't see me because she was, hosting everybody else. And even though I was there, we didn't get to see each other. But she did reach out to me. She's not going around here dragging your name. She even went as far as saying, when someone asked her in an interview if the two of you would ever be friends, she answered that question with the mindset of, this woman just lost her husband. There's no reason to be negative in any interviews. And also, she's not on the show anymore. So what is she really doing for me? Sure. I don't know what the future holds. Maybe one day we can get back over there. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? That's just for the interview, child. She's not going to dog you out or drag you in an interview. So all of these people put their differences aside to come out and support you. And this is what you do. And that's why Cynthia Bailey asked Marlo to go with her. Because she wasn't sure if you were going to react a certain way. It doesn't matter if she came the day of the repast, days after, months after, weeks after, she still showed up. The two of you are no longer friends. She's not obligated. However, she still put everything behind her and she showed up. Something you couldn't do. I know you can't compare a wedding to someone passing away, and may Greg so rest in peace, but you couldn't even put your differences aside and go to her wedding. She put her differences aside and came and supported you and supported Greg. I'm going to read a few more of the comments and then I'm going to allow the rest of what Nene had to say play. But we knew that already. So ungrateful. I know many people who don't initially show up. They show up when everyone else has went their separate ways. And that's actually when you need people the most. And this response is not because of grieving. This has always been her attitude. Hallelujah. Thank you. That's an awful way of saying thank you when people show you who they are. Believe it. She acts as if her and Cynthia were on the best of terms. Cynthia even admitted she was a little concerned about going to her lounge and had Marlo put it together so she can see Nene. Exactly. Nene is screaming ungrateful and entitled right now. Can't be this bitter after all of this, and $200 for flowers in bad. Cynthia said it in her interview that she did not know how to approach her, and I see what she is talking about now. That's tacky as hell. Who says that? Who tells somebody there was a problem with sending flowers from a group? She's a piece of work. Auntie Nene, no one owes you anything really. She sounds very ungrateful, sorry. Oh, Nene, always so classless and ungrateful. She has spent so many years speaking unkindly about Cynthia. Cynthia didn't have to reach out at all. I know I wouldn't. Cynthia is a true Pisces, classy all the way. Greg will surely be missed because now there's no one to bring Nene balance or guidance. Shaking my head. Nene is back, people, and she never left. Nene never happy about nothing nobody does. Some stuff I don't believe that comes out of her mouth. Shaking my head, but I can see where she's coming from as far as not coming, but she may wanted to give her time to grieve with the family. She's so bitter all the time. Be in peace with your family right now. That's all that matters. Oh, dear God, shaking my head, please seek healing and I sincerely mean that fame and grief can really bring the worst. She's been this way before grief. It's the ungratefulness for me. When folks realize the world owes them nothing and to be grateful for the ones who chose to be there, then they will stop putting all these expectations on others. Just because a person makes so much money doesn't mean they owe you a certain value of it. Also, why does it matter when a person showed up? They came. It's the ungratefulness for me. Well, bleep, that's rude. At least they sent something. Exactly. It is sad, but people lose people every day. I think her close friends and family should support her. The housewives she is referring to were not close, so they were not obligated, but at least they gave something to show respect for her loss. This is the very reason she showed up a week after. Exactly. This is tacky, but it's on brand with Nene. You don't know what Cynthia could have been dealing with in her own personal life. This behavior, along with the entitlement, is how you self-sabotage your own brand at Bravo Network. Yes, I was taken aback. Maybe they thought that sending you flowers as a united front would mean something to her. Can't please them all. Reason she's where she is in her life, and it's because of that attitude. It's sad because Greg no doubt would have been grateful to receive all the love he did. He was Nene better half for sure. Exactly. This behavior doesn't even surprise me coming from Nene. You're right. Man, you took the words out of my mouth. This right here. This just shows classic Nene. You're going through a grieving process for your husband, but yet you're sitting up at an interview talking itch about the housewives ladies when you yourself are not even on the show anymore. She should just be grateful and keep it pushing, not you telling them how to spend their money on you. This was so tacky. Bleep, be glad people were there for you. She thinking about the cuss when I would believe it was about numerous people coming together to show you support. You don't dictate how someone send you flowers. It's the thought that counts, right? At least they sent something. When my mother died, I got nothing. My condolences. I'm so sorry. It probably wasn't even about Nene. They probably were showing respect to Greg. Ding, 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 ding. She went on to say that if the show didn't exist, all of them would probably be great friends, but the show has a way of dividing them, unfortunately. Nobody had to show up, sis. This is ish that this... We will be here all day if I keep reading, and that's why some of the comments didn't even make it on the screen at the end. I know that I said that I was going to put another part in here that she discussed other things, but I'm going to end this video here and I'll be back with part 2 because she had a lot more to say. Overall, I do wish Nene the best. I am still praying for her family, but this right here is classic Nene. Like that person said, way before Greg even got sick, way before Greg, passed away. And like I keep saying, may his soul rest in peace. But, this is Nene, not knowing when to say when. even in her time of grieving. There's a difference between being honest, keeping it real, and then just being rude and ungrateful. And as you can see, that's how social media felt. No one is saying that Nene is not entitled to her opinion. No one is saying that Nene cannot speak her mind and say whatever she wants to say. However, when you do things like this, then of course, people are going to respond and have things to say. And I was just simply reading social media reaction to what happened. So I'm wishing all of you well and take care. The end of here, my final loves. Thank you all for your love and support. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and leave this video a thumbs up. Also turn on notifications so when I do post, you're aware that I posted. And I will see you all in the comment section. Remember to always have the God bless attitude, which is being positive at all times and seeing the good in every situation. Have a great day, guys. God bless.